A Corsaro Music Podcast, Episode 2. Here it is. I'm Anthony Corsaro. It's July 26th, Monday morning. Woke up, had to drop a cable off to my dad this morning. So went over, hung out with him for a minute, got some coffee, hit a couple golf balls, came back home, starting the episode. Over the weekend, had an A.C.III gig, so that was a lot of fun. It wasn't Daniel Porter. He's out being a G right now in Europe. He's on tour with A.C.III and J.T., Jason Thomas, and Wes Stevenson. It's a quartet they got going over there. They're killing, but all those guys are like some of the best musicians I've had the privilege of seeing perform and playing with. One of the best drum solos I've ever seen my entire life was JT playing with Snarky Puppy in Arlington. And my teacher at North Texas, Jose Aponte, was playing percussion with Snarky Puppy. And JT was subbing for Sput at the time. Sput was playing drums. So I got to see my professor and JT play together. And it was time for JT to take a drum solo. I forgot the tune they were taking a solo on. But man, it was the most well-developed drum solo. It was dynamic. The chops came out like everything that makes a great drum solo it exceeded what it needed, and that's why JT's the greatest. He gives you what you need, not what you want, but what you really need in the drums, and then just like sprinkles a little extra on top every time. JT's the best. Shout out JT, Jason Thomas, Fort Worth, DFW. But that brings me back to my gig, which was not life-changing. It was fun. It was great. We probably changed somebody's life, but Wes Case was on guitar, subbing in for Daniel Porter. Love Wes. The last time I played with Wes before this Saturday was before I moved to Austin. We played a gig on Louisville Lake on a boat. We were on a boat playing jazz music, and it wasn't like a gigantic yacht boat, but we were stuffed in this little corner under a canopy on this tiny boat, and it was good. We made it work, and that was one of the last gigs I played before I moved to Austin, up here in the DFW, where I'm recording this from right now. The goal is to get back down to Austin. And the long-term goal is to just hop back and forth, DFW, Austin, and tour. It would be cool to tour, but short-term, with the way the world's going, keeping it local, and I think I can make it work in the metro area, DFW, and all the surrounding cities, Texas area. Texas is great. One of the big reasons I love Texas. So Wes Case was on guitar, and Mike Luzecki was on bass. Anybody that knows Mike Luzecki knows why he's on bass. Dude's a G. He's a real G. Follow him on Instagram at Luzecutive Accountant, and Wes Case is on Instagram at Chakra Khan with some numbers. I don't know what the numbers are, but you can find it. They're great dudes, great musicians. Gonna play with them a lot more coming up when I start booking more. So, and that was at Revelers Hall. Again, I didn't record any video. I think my parents were there. My mom got some video, but it's mom video. I need to record some like behind the drums footage or get somebody to walk around and get some cool video stuff. So if you're listening to this at any time and you're in the DFW area, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. And then went back to Revelers again on Sunday. That gig was on Saturday. Sunday went to hang because Wes's group was playing. It was the West Case Scenario. I think it was booked as something else, but he was playing, and that had Kenny Washington was playing drums. Love that dude too. He's a fellow New Yorker. We're both New Yorkers, and man, you can tell when a New Yorker is playing drums and when a non-New Yorker is playing drums. It's if you know what to listen for, it's fun listening to where people are from. It's like their accent and their voice and the vocabulary they use and the slang they use. You can tell. It's like, oh, they don't play like they're from around here. I gotta figure out where they're from. And then when I met him, found out he was from Brooklyn, I think. I don't remember where in the city, but he's definitely from the city. I'm not from the city, but I'm from closer to where Steve Gadd is. But no, Kenny Washington was playing drums, and Anthony, I don't remember his last name. I just met him last night. But dude's a monster on bass. Chop God. Dude, his lines, he would just like take a line wherever he wanted. Just draw lines. Doing rails on stage on that bass. Yeah, he's a monster. I just met him last night, and it's nice to meet a fellow Anthony. Wish I could remember his last name right now, but I don't want to look it up. I'll look it up later. But he's killing. So that was fun. That was a good weekend. Leading up to the weekend was good too. It was my first week not having a day job. So I made the most of that in any respect I could. As far as getting work done, got a lot of work done, super productive, and I chilled super hard. I downloaded Black Ops Zombies again, so I was playing a little bit of Zombies this week. Zombies is so good. If anybody's listening to this and you're down to play some Zombies, hit me up sometime. In the Discord, that's something we can do in the Discord too. If you check it out and join the Patreon, we can get some Zombies parties going. We can hang, listen to tunes, play Zombies, talk about it, stream it. It'd be pretty fun. So if that's something you're interested in, check out on my website, which I did a little bit of OBS editing. Hey, excuse me. My website. Find the Patreon link right here. I don't know if it's catching the there. Yeah, it is. I don't know why it does that, but you can find my Patreon. Oh, that's why, I think, because it's doing a weird. There we go. Hey, check it out. $2 a month. Discord, $5. You get that's where probably the stream club kicking it. Oh wait, no, I don't know. Nobody's signed up, so wait until people sign up and then probably make some changes after I get a little bit of feedback. But here's that coaching tier that I was talking about last week. 20-minute lesson every month, and you get everything with it. Yeah, not bad. So, yeah, that's Zombies. That's when I was chilling hard this week. But I also spent this week trying to hash out some stuff with the Gnarly Parker set, because I watched the set on my phone. I recorded it. I put up some videos last week too on Monday, but studying it, and then I had to update my controller. I used the KeyStep Pro, the Arturia makes it, and it had a firmware update, and I didn't want to update it before the gig in case it changed stuff or erased projects I had or didn't work the same way. So I got used to it working the way it did for the year or so I had it. But I updated that and then tried to figure out how all the changes they made work. They made some arpeggiator changes. some other kinds of workflow changes. So figuring out how to incorporate that into the set. The coolest thing, which only nerds will really care about, but I think it's cool, is the arpeggiator you couldn't record into a project, like, because the KeyStep Pro does real-time recording, so you can put in the metronome or have an arpeggiator going to keep time and then hit the record button. You can record tracks and loops on up to 3 other tracks on the KeyStep Pro, but you couldn't have an arpeggiator going like random and change chords on the arpeggiator and record it onto a track until this recent update. So that's a really cool feature I think I'm going to have fun with. What the heck? There's something on my leg. Got something sticky on my leg. I don't know. What the? Oh, some tape fell off. Dang. Oh well. That's it. That's what happens when you do it live. But yeah, the arpeggiator, I can do some really cool live stuff with the arpeggiator now and record different loops or sequences and make them more random, record over them, and really extend and draw out a track or a set. Because Soul Kitchen, which was awesome, by the way. We had the Soul Kitchen second one this past Wednesday. That's always a great time. If you're in the Denton area or North Texas, highly recommend going out on a Wednesday for a Soul Kitchen hang at Harvest House. It'll never disappoint. It's always made up. It's always different. It's always exciting. So go check that out. That's a lot of fun. But the arpeggiator, those changes help me make it more like Soul Kitchen. Well, I guess what I'm trying to do is make my solo set as, like, bring in as much variety as I can. So I have like 8 or 9 songs, like style songs, but then there's like loop tracks I want to do and improvised tracks where I just take a sound and do some sound design and develop that sound over, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, try and keep that interesting so that I can fill out longer sets. Because when I played Gnarly Parker at the Green Jay last week, I had like a good 45 minutes to an hour's worth of stuff. And I played for 45 minutes and still had plenty to go. So I know I'm good for an hour. If I can make another hour of just improvised sound design with grooves, then I'd have 2 sets, almost enough for a 3-hour gig, which is my goal. Probably by the end of the year, I should definitely be able to have a 3-hour gig. But coming up in August, I'm going to really push myself. I'm going to do a Mozart's 3-hour set, Gnarly Parker, just solo. So I'm really going to have to get started working on that. Which is why last week I updated that KeyStep Pro as early as I could so I could start learning how the new arpeggiator changes are working. I think yesterday when I was jamming, I did maybe a 10-minute groove that was pretty interesting, I thought. But I'm really critical of myself too, so it's probably everything's probably all right. I'm just like, oh, that sucks. But that's why I need to do it live more, because then I can get more feedback on how it really sounds, how interesting it really is, which I hope it's interesting for people that don't really know what's happening. So I'll be doing that in August. Let's see when that is. On my website, I've got my shows. Soul Kitchen's coming up on the 4th. I'm doing August 8th at Revelers Hall, the Green Jay set pretty much. That's a bill that we're splitting at Revelers. Kevin and Christian are going to be on that. That's going to be sick. Carlo, yeah, I haven't seen Carlo in a long time. I think he moved to Colorado for a little while. I don't know if he's moving back or just visiting, but he plays violin. He is a monster. He's done TEDx talks. He does the loop stuff. It's a loop party. Yeah, MIDI projects. So that'll be a lot of fun with everybody else there. I'll try and get some better footage of the solo set there. But that's August 8th. I'll be playing for at least a 45-minute set. And then the 22nd down in Austin. That's when I'll be doing my 3-hour solo set. So I have about a month, a little less than a month to get all that together. Oh no. We'll see if I can do it. And then the Sunday after that, at Mozart's again, we're doing a late set, but I'm going to do a jam session for Austin jazz musicians. They want to come out and play a tune or sing a tune or something. That'll be cool. So that's what August has coming up so far. September, there'll be more, and then I got a lot of private events more towards the end of the year, like October, November. Hopefully by the holidays, get some more Christmas parties and New Year's parties, and we'll be back swinging again. I made some more changes to the website, uploaded video, pictures, some music if you want to listen to some tracks I made. I'm going to try and make another track this week, make another beat. Because I don't start teaching lessons at the Guitar Center until probably next week or something. And then even then, it's only early in the week. I'm doing a couple of days. So if you want to take in-person lessons in the Metroplex area, find the Guitar Center that I work at, which you can inquire further at my website. I'm not going to just blast it out here, but there's more links. Send me what you want to know, and I'll try and let you know. So that'll probably do it for today's Corsaro Music Podcast. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, check out my website, CorsaroMusic.com. You can find links to all my places there. Look for... I might try and do a lesson video this week too. Give out like little tips and tricks. Little tips and tricks video. Snare drum. I had an idea to do Snare Drum 101 and just throw out handy things that beginners should learn and that seasoned veterans can be reminded of that you might not always remember. So might do one of those. Might produce a track, see if I can make something. We'll figure it out. But thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right? Take care.